As chairman of the board of the so-called W. Tromp Foundation, it's a pleasure and an honor for me to introduce to you the winner of the Tromp Award 2021. Just a few words about Tromp. He was a Dutch geologist trained at the university at Leiden in the early 30s of the last century. He worked as an exploratory geologist for a couple of years all over the world. He became interested, even fascinated by the interaction between weather and climate and the living nature. He decided to go back to Leiden and started doing research. He founded a research lab in close collaboration with his former university. In 1955, he was the co-founder of the International Society for Biometeorology, of which he was Secretary General for more than 20 years. Tromp thought to get recognition for biometeorology as a multidisciplinary science. His interest focused in the later years on the interaction between biometeorology and chronobiology. He was remarkably productive in publishing his research in biomedical science and medical geography. He continued writing until he died in 1983. After his death, part of his legacy was allocated to a foundation bearing his name, Solco W. Tromp. Our mission, the mission of the foundation, is to promote excellence in biometeorological science and to support young scientists to attend conferences and strengthen the network of biometeorologists. The COVID-19 outbreak changed the whole world. People were not able to meet each other in person and discuss their work, and we all know that informal contacts during a meeting is the best way to exchange ideas, to get new ideas, to get new collaborations. Despite all the restrictions, we were able to select a winner for this year, Athanasios Damialis. His paper illustrates beautifully the importance of biometeorology and also the importance of collaboration in trying to find answers. An answer on a question that is of worldwide relevance. In this case, does pollen exposure weaken the immunity against the coronavirus? And finally, from the results, they were able to give practical recommendations to wear particle filtering masks during high springtime pollen concentrations for high-risk individuals. On behalf of the Solco W. Tromp Foundation's, our congratulations.
My name is Athanasios Damialis and I am currently the aerobiology group leader in the Department of Environmental Medicine in the University of Augsburg. I have studied forestry and natural environment and I have a master in environmental biology, while my PhD is in biology. I have been engaged in research since 1996, always in the interdisciplinary field of aerobiology, biometeorology, terrestrial ecology and climate change impacts and environmental health. I am honored to be awarded the European Meteorological Society Tromp Award for 2021. I was nominated with a recently published scientific paper in the PNAS magazine entitled Higher Airborne Pollen Concentrations Correlated with Increased SARS-CoV-2 Infection Rates as Evidence from 31 Countries Across the Globe. This work refers to a large cross-sectional and longitudinal data-oriented study on SARS-CoV-2 infection numbers versus several sociodemographic and environmental parameters like lockdown regimes, weekend effects, and population density, in addition to urban pollen concentrations and meteorological factors. Our dataset is the most comprehensive, largest possible worldwide, from 130 stations across 31 countries and 5 continents. The salient finding was that airborne pollen, in synergy with humidity and temperature, explained on average 44% of the infection rate variability. Infection rates increased after higher pollen concentrations, most frequently during the 4 previous days. Lockdown halved infection rates under similar pollen concentrations. However, the main message from this work is something different. It's what we can achieve when we are united and work together. To bring this paper into flesh and bones, a big consortium of scientists had to be brought together, making this one of the largest studies on COVID until today. I wish to sincerely thank each and every one of the co-authors, without whom I would not be here today. To finish with, regarding my career vision, I have been recently elected to a professorship in terrestrial ecology and climate change in the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, Greece, where I aspire not only to continue my research and pursue the maximum scientific impact, but also to be able to increase public awareness towards environmental protection, and hopefully inspire younger generations to one concept and aim. This is that there is no planet B. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank the organizers of the European Meteorological Society for the kind invitation to the Solicity talk, and of course, I would like to thank the Tromp Foundation for honoring me with this prestigious award.
Scientific meetings are important in the exchange of information. However, reality shows that quite a few young scientists do not have the financial means to network abroad. One of the aims of the so-called W. Tromp Foundation is to promote biometeorology, and especially students and young scientists, by granting the EMS Tromp Award Conference Awards. This year we have selected 5 of them. Despite the fact that due to COVID-19 they are not able to meet in person and discuss the work, we hope that winning the award will stimulate them to proceed on a scientific career. That the award ceremony this year is a virtual one is not important. It's the value of winning an award that counts. On behalf of the foundation, my congratulations to all winners.
Hello, my name is Aleš Urban and I work at the Institute of Atmospheric Physics of the Czech Academy of Sciences in the field of human biometeorology and environmental epidemiology. I would like to thank to the Tromp Foundation for the EMS Young Scientist Award, which enabled me to register to this EMS conference. I would also like to invite you to watch my presentation, which is about temporal changes in heat-related mortality in Prague, Czech Republic over the last 4 decades, and which will be held on the 9th of September in section Atmospheric Effects on Humans. Thank you very much for your attention, and feel free to contact me regarding my lightning talk. Enjoy the conference.
Hello, my name is Cobra Mickham and I'm a PhD researcher at the University of Reading in partnership with the Walker Institute and ECMWF, and I'm really happy to have received the award for biometeorology for my work on borderless heat stress. please come along to my presentation. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sergio Ibarra Espinosa. I'm a postdoc in atmospheric science. I'm an environmental engineer. I have a master in atmospheric science, PhD in atmospheric science, and I've been studying air pollution since 13 years ago, with focus on vehicular emissions, air quality modeling, and their impacts on human health. In this conference, I will be presenting a study focused on the association between COVID-19 cases and deaths with human mobility and the interactions with air pollution. If you have any interest on this topic, feel free to contact me. Also, I would like to thank Trump Foundation for their support. Many thanks.
First, big thank you to European Meteorological Society for the Trump Foundation Conference Award to young scientists. I'm very grateful, and it is a big honor for me to receive this award. I would also like to thank the co-authors of our work, my supervisor, Professor Dr. Hanke Schlinzen, and my colleague, Dr. David Grafe from the University of Hamburg. I should now give a very short introduction about myself. My name is Ge Chen. I'm coming from China. My hometown Jinhua is located in the southeast of China with a population of over 5 million. Lived in such a big city, I can feel that cities or urbanization can really have great impacts on weather and climate. And this motivated me to study urban climate. And I'm trying to understand it better from the perspective of meteorology. My master thesis focused on analyzing urban ventilation during heatwave events for the city of Hong Kong. Now I'm doing a PhD, working on developing a canopy parameterization to represent urban effects in atmospheric models. The aim is to keep the parameterization as simple as possible, and it still works efficiently. I will give a presentation on Friday, and if you are interested in this topic, please join the session. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Leonardo Yashaka Migauchin. I am a PhD candidate in meteorology in the University of São Paulo, Brazil. Since the start of the pandemic, I dedicated my time in isolation to do my part against the disease. Our scientific community explored some hypotheses about COVID-19. Even I, a mere PhD student, could imagine possible connections between air pollution and the pandemic. The first one is simple. Long-term exposure to pollution weakens the human health systems. Therefore, the COVID-19 cases will be worsened in exposed populations. It is already very well established. The second one is more complex. The particles in the air can interact synergistically with the SARS-CoV-2, either protecting it for the environment or assisting it with the infection processes. To answer this question, many statistical analyses were performed by the community. However, there is an important hindrance affecting most of them, the population's mobility. It can be summarized by the question: the mobility causes the pollution that in its turn causes COVID cases, or the mobility causes COVID cases and also the pollution? This is important because if the mobility is source of both, the direct interactions of COVID and air pollution may be not as important factor in the pandemic. In our work, my partners and I explored the causality of the system using data from the United States and causality analysis based on time relationship. We invite you to attend to our lightning talk. Thank you.